Good morning. Thanks for joining on Plus Sports on Thursday. I'm today's host, Mcilroy Adeneko. Delta and Edo State are set to battle for Lagos, Akwa Ibom, Enugu Rivers and Abuja for the right to host Super Eagles in the opening 2022 World Cup qualifying match against Liberia next month. The Confederation of African Football on Tuesday approved 7 stadiums in the country to host the Eagles qualifying home games for Qatar 2022. With the Stephen Keshi Stadium, Asaba, and Samuel Ogbemudia Stadium, Benin City, amongst the approved venues. The others are Moshood Abiola Stadium, Abuja, Nnamdi Azikiwe Stadium, Enugu, Teslim Balogun Stadium, Lagos, Godswill Akwabios International Stadium, Uyo, and Adokia Amis Semaka Stadium, Port Harcourt. The Eagles have played their recent games in Asaba, Benin City, and Lagos. But Delta and Edo State say they love to see the country's men's national team return for the state for the World Cup qualifying games. Joining us live on Plus Sports today will be Taiwo Ibrahim. Good morning and nice to have you on Plus Sports, Taiwo.
Good morning. It's nice to be on Plus Sports this morning.
Thank you very much. So you heard there that the states are battling to host the Super Eagles qualifying games. Just quickly, what's the benefit to the state? Why are they going helter-skelter just to host these games? Can you tell us the benefit, if anything?
You see, aside from the business angle where you see when the state hosts the Super Eagles are the biggest team in Africa. Well, maybe that might be too flattering, but biggest team in Nigeria, that's our national team.
Okay.
You know what they bring to the table when they get to play. So every state government, provided they have the required facilities and the stadium to host Super Eagles, will want to get them complete in their states. So the benefit is okay. The fans, there's fans engagement. The fans will be excited to have the Super Eagles. The governors and every other of the entourage will want to have a thing to do with the Super Eagles. The fun of having the Super Eagles play in their state is something they are not going to take for granted. So for me, it's a whole lot of benefits. From the business angle, you get brands coming to say, okay, we are coming to do this for the Super Eagles. Because Super Eagles coming here, in terms of tourism, there's going to be an influx of people coming into the states to see the Super Eagles play, and a whole lot of options like that. So I feel it has a lot of benefits for the states that are willing to get the Super Eagles to play in their states.
Okay, thank you for that. So in terms of it generates revenue and business for the area, and like you said, it grants and stuff for the states. Ideally, wouldn't you like to see the biggest states host it? Because is every state capable of hosting a tournament or a qualifying tournament which represent the World Cup qualifiers?
Well, particularly if I'm to choose out of all those states, I'm going to go for Lagos because I was at the last game they played against Lesotho at the Teslim Balogun Stadium. Fantastic. Because there was a particular level of fans that were allowed into the stadium. You need to see the razzmatazz between the fans because it's been a long time they played in Lagos. 20 years after coming back to Lagos, the fans were excited. The journalists were excited also. But you need to see the excitement on every one of them. So for me, I'm going to go for Lagos. Not take anything away from Asaba, Benin, and other states that have hosted the Super Eagles in the past. But Lagos is the home of football. If the fans are allowed to be in the stadium, you will see the difference between having the Super Eagles play in Lagos and having them play in other states. Not to take anything away from those, but Lagos houses football. Lagosians are passionate about football. No matter the time you put the kickoff, Lagosians will still come and watch their beloved Super Eagles. So for me, I would be going for Lagos because I was there the last time they played Lesotho. It was the fanfare, the razzmatazz, and everything was fun. Even though there was a number of fans allowed to be at the stadium, but the ones that gained their entry into the stadium, fantastic. Everything was charged, the atmosphere was charged, and it's good. Even the Super Eagles players enjoyed themselves with the fans and the likes. So I'll be going for Lagos.
Other states would disagree, saying because of the sports festival in which Lagos recently just lost. But okay, let's go on to the next. Let's go on to last night's action. So goals by Timo Werner and Mason Mount sent Chelsea into Champions League final showdown against Man City as they also outclassed Real Madrid to win 2-0, 3-2 on aggregate. 2-0 last night, Chelsea's game, but 3-1 on aggregate at Stamford Bridge last night. So the German striker Timo Werner, who has enjoyed a stuttering first season at Chelsea, put them in control when he nodded one of the easiest goals in his career in the 28th minute. after fellow German Kai Havertz has struck the bar 13 times. 13 times European champions who had come through each of the last 3 Champions League semi-final ties had been second best for much of last week's 1-1 tie against Real Madrid. Even with Taliban Sergio Ramos leading Real Madrid, Thomas Tuchel managed to outclass the Spanish champions. So, Taiwo, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm with you.
No problem. What did you think of last night's game? And were you surprised that Chelsea managed to edge it past Real Madrid, who, all in all, they really outclassed Real Madrid? But were you surprised by last night's performance?
Well, I was not surprised. I already told some peeps that I don't see this current Real Madrid side going above Chelsea. If you look at the first leg, the first few 30 minutes, they were all over Real Madrid. The tie could have ended in that first 30 minutes. They had a whole lot of chances, but they were wasting in front of goal. So I believe that going to the second leg, now they'll be playing at home. The home advantage, the excitement that you're playing at home, and they will be willing. They were coming with an edge from Spain. Having scored a goal, the tie ended 1-1. So coming back to play the second leg at home, a good opportunity for them to be able to knock Real Madrid out. And they did all they could to do that. Now, defensively, Chelsea have been solid under Thomas Tuchel. So for me, I felt okay. Real Madrid with the power of Benzema and the likes. Take away Benzema from that attack, all you get is just skills and other likes from the guys. So I wasn't surprised about yesterday's result. I expected Chelsea to scale through. But I was really, really surprised the way they were able to cage Real Madrid. They didn't allow them enough chances to be able to hurt them. So that credit must go to Tuchel because he has made them very difficult to play against. So what you need to do is that if you get a little bit of chances, finish your chances. They've not been that expansive. They've not been scoring goals with fun and they've not scoring plenty goals. But all they need to do is just get their job done. They've been very efficient. They take teams out. They don't allow you score them. They don't allow you create more chances. They see their own chances. They make it. For me, I'm not surprised that they are into the final of the Champions League.
Taiwo, yeah, let's hear from Thomas Tuchel as he responded to last night's victory.
It's worry because you know that you play on the edge with Real Madrid, can always score a goal. But again, we managed to have a clean sheet, and it was again well deserved with a strong goalkeeper and guys who were really committed to defend. And we really wanted it badly, and that's the key. What a spirit to show in moments where we needed to suffer in first half, and what a reaction in second half. And to the heads were never down, heads were always up, even after these big chances that we missed, always stayed positive, and we never regret something, so it was fantastic. Job is not done yet, we are in final, we are in 2 finals now, and the sacrifice I personally gave is worth it since day one.
Now on to tonight's games. Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta urged his players to ignore the talk of potential takeover at the club and focus on overcoming Villarreal on tonight's game in to reach the Europa League final. Arteta's side suffered a 2-1 defeat in the first leg of the semi-final at Villarreal last week, but the build-up to the match was dominated by the speculated takeover by Spotify CEO Daniel Ek, who expressed interest in buying out Stan Kroenke. Kroenke and his son, Josh Kroenke, have said they remain committed to Arsenal despite facing backlash from the fans over their involvement in the ill-fated European Super League project last month. Arteta, meanwhile, emphasized the importance of winning the Europa League, which will also guarantee qualification for the Champions League.
We have to try to be away from all the rumors and everything that is happening around the club, and focus on the pitch, because the best way to help the club to be in the best possible position is to win football matches and be competitive at the highest level. It's a massive game for everybody, but in particular for the club, because we are here representing a football club and our fans, and what we want to do is do it the best way, winning trophies. And if we win tomorrow, we will be much closer to get another trophy, and this is the only aim and the purpose that's why we are here. I think that would be great. We've been missing them so much. We need them, and if the players and the team feels that they are right behind them, supporting them. Again, I think it's the 10th time that the club is playing a European semi-final. So it's a big moment for us. So hopefully we can have them closer than we had already in the last few months.
Now, Villarreal coach Unai Emery acknowledged his side have their work cut out for them. And when they face Arsenal in the second leg of the Europa League semi-final, on Wednesday, he voiced confidence in his squad. He voiced confidence that his squad can pull another win to move past the Londoners. Villarreal beat Arsenal 2-1 at home in the first leg of the semi-final, and Emery said they will give their all to repeat that glory when they meet today. Though he said Arsenal remain the favourites, Emery said Villarreal are anxious to build on their momentum and march into the Europa League finals. Saying we are ready to face this challenge. We enjoy this, and we want to absorb all the hope the fans have and take it back and transmit it to them. We will play with pride, and we will play knowing that we are defending the beautiful story that Villarreal represents, he said. Now, Taiwo, this is set up beautifully because you've got Arteta, who Arsenal fans are if he wins the Europa, more fans will be on his side. But right now, a lot of people are questioning Arteta whether he should be the manager. And we've got the former manager, Unai Emery, of Arsenal. Now, they go against each other tonight, and it's winner takes all tonight, more or less, to meet possibly Manchester United in the final. What way do you think this tie will turn? Like, who do you think it will favour? And is it all or nothing for Arteta now?
Well, Arteta has his game cut out now. A victory today will probably bring him on the good books of some of the fans that have been calling for his head lately. Well, for me, I think Unai Emery is one of the most experienced. He has won the Europa League 3 times, and going at par with Mikel Arteta in terms of experience. You cannot compare Unai Emery with Mikel Arteta, but sometimes this thing doesn't go that way. Arsenal are playing at home. That's another advantage. If they use their home advantage, but they've not really been superb. They've not really been impressive at home. They've lost games at home which they are supposed to have won. So for me, Arsenal are neither they blow out and cool. So in a game as big as this, Manchester United in the final, Emery would also want to employers. So it's going to be a tough game. I would like Aubameyang and Bukayo Saka, who have been on form lately. So if these guys come to the party and they're able to, because Arsenal cannot stop you from scoring, they give out goals cheaply. But if they're able to outscore Villarreal like 3-1, they should be able to scale through. But Arsenal, brings a question again: can Arsenal do this? When you expect them to do where they falter?
Yeah, well,
they falter. So this game is a winner takes all. It's a winner takes all. If they bring their A game to the table, they should be too hot for Villarreal to handle. But still Arsenal. We can't be too sure when they can disappoint.
So I agree with you there, Taiwo. But for me, as an Arsenal fan, it's
oh, really?
it's quite with Arsenal. You never know what you're gonna get. You're not sure which Arsenal is gonna turn up. But
exactly.
But I would like to think I like to think God is on our side tonight, because I don't know how I see us getting past Villarreal. But it's set up for a European All-English final with Man City versus Chelsea, and obviously Manchester United look like they're going to go past Roma. But Arsenal is the only team that could possibly spoil it. So I just hope that we overcome it. We'll see if Mikel Arteta wants to overcomplicate the situation, or if he plays with a striker this time instead of playing with the false 9. We're not too sure. But hopefully we can get through this. But some Arsenal fans are even looking further, saying that they might not want him to win because it means that he has less grounds for him to be sacked and removed from his position. But I believe you can also win. I believe you can win and still be get. No, I was saying I believe you win and you can still get sacked. You can still, as in Abramovich has done it for several Chelsea managers. I think Man City too did it for when Pellegrini won, and they got Pep Guardiola to replace him. But let's quickly get your take on that.
On what exactly? I didn't hear that point.
No, I was saying that in some Arsenal fans are thinking if Arteta is successful and managed to win the Europa League, that it's more grounds for him not to be sacked.
Yeah, to a reasonable extent, if you look at it, Arsenal as a whole, how hungry are they to succeed? That's another question. even if he wins the Europa League and going into next season, they struggle again. Do you think this Arsenal board has have the, I don't want to use the word balls to sack him? Because it looks like they're all happy with what is going on at Arsenal. If he wins the Europa League, he might end up not being sacked. And they still plan, look, he's been crying out for an opportunity to revamp the team, to bring in new players, to sell old players and new players. But if he wins the Europa League, he will not be sacked. That's something I can say. But I'm thinking that going into next season, the first few months of the new season will judge him. If he wins the Europa League and he struggles in the first few months of the season, I don't even think the Arsenal board are hungry that they are that hungry to get the team back to where they belong. Arsenal have been out of Champions League for 5 years now, and look at the way the team is being run. That's why the fans are frustrated and we want this guy out. We are not getting what we wish. But for me, if he wins the Europa League, I think he will still not be sacked.
Definitely won't be sacked, and it creeps up on you. And as an Arsenal fan, not realizing we've not been in the Champions League for 5 years, but
that's not fun. For 5 years.
But let's go into the So
it beats me how you still cope with being an Arsenal fan.
Taiwo, don't let us turn this into a therapy session for me. Let's go into it. So in his news conference before Manchester United's European League second leg against AC Roma, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer says, I had an apology from the owners. Now we must unite. He spoke on the protest on Sunday, stating how difficult it was not to get to play the game they had prepared for all week. The discontent with the Glazers family from the Manchester United fan base for their role in the now defunct European Super League, which led to the large protest at Old Trafford on May the 2nd, has highlighted just how much the fans want the owners gone. However, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer wants to put the matter to bed as he looks to bring success to the club in the form of the Europa League.
It was a difficult day for us. Of course, we wanted to play. We wanted to beat Liverpool, for the fans even, because our job has to be on getting good performances, good results on the pitch. That's the players.
The most important, from what will look like the most important match in his managerial career, Roma manager Fonseca, during his pre-match press conference against Manchester United tonight, the coach said the appointment of Jose Mourinho starting the summer, according to the manager, he says he's going to work to the last day, until his final day. According to him, it was time to move on from the job, and he wishes Mourinho luck in the future. So, Taiwo, it's quite an unique situation with Roma looking like they're already on their way out, losing 6-2 against Manchester United. Fonseca said it's time for him to round things up. And Mourinho, I'm sure Mourinho is going to be at the match. I'm sure Mourinho is going to be at the match with his former team, Manchester United, going against his new team, Roma tonight. So, how do you think? Is there anything Roma can do, or the players can show Mourinho that okay, you have things to work with here? And also talk about what you think, how you were surprised about Roma, Jose Mourinho going to Roma, considering he just signed to speak on TalkSport recently.
Well, I feel Roma will not do, there's nothing they can really do to show Mourinho that they are a team that they can be reckoned with for now. If they want to show Mourinho what the stuff they are made up of, it's not against Manchester United, not even in the second leg of this Europa, because the first leg, they capitulated in an alarming fashion by losing 6-2. So this is not a game where they need to show what they can do to Mourinho. As for Mourinho, he's not going to be there at the Stadio Olimpico today because he has said he won't be in Italy just as a sign of respect for Fonseca. So he will be joining at the end of the season. He will be in at the end of the season. So he has time to do his punditry job with TalkSport if the team does not clash with the Europa Euro 2020 season. Now, as for the what's the second question again?
Pardon?
What's the second question again?
No, I was saying in terms of Mourinho, is there anything Roma can do?
There's nothing they can do in today's game to prove what the stuff they are made of to Mourinho. But secondly, Mourinho going to Roma comes comes as a shocker because I feel he was probably going to get a bigger job outside England because for what he has done in England for the past two stints with Tottenham and Manchester United,
City, yeah?
he looks like he has lost the opportunity to get a big job in England again. But now going to Roma, that was a shocker for me. I didn't see that coming. But now at Roma, my question is, do they have the financial power that Mourinho always needs at his club? Fine, Roma, they are under a new ownership. The only ownership might feel, okay, we have an opportunity to put our name in history books by bringing in a top-level coach like Jose Mourinho and bringing in, and that means we have to spend money because you all know Mourinho, you need to spend money to get him the kind of players he wants. But now it's also an opportunity for him to be able to prove to the whole world that he still has something up his sleeves.
Taiwo,
Because many have the opinion that
Taiwo is not proving anything. We're tired. Just you should go and play in Italy. Let me not be biased because as an Arsenal fan, I have a personal vendetta against Mourinho. But let's quickly move on to tennis as we need to round up. So quickly, tennis superstar Rafael Nadal proved to be too much for young Carlos Alcaraz. Nadal did not hold back as he beat the 18-year-old compatriot at the Real Madrid Open in 2 straight sets that ended 6-1, 6-2. It proved to be a birthday lesson for the young Spaniard. The occasion was clearly too much for Alcaraz as a slew of unforced errors and a clinical game by Nadal showed the difference in class. Nadal, in his interview afterward, spoke glowingly of Alcaraz, wishing him the best and stating his opponent has plenty of potential. So let's watch some highlights.
Birthday present. No, for me it's great to be back here playing in Madrid in front of this amazing crowd. Just enjoy it a lot. I wish him all the very best. He's a great guy and a great player already, but going to be amazing, I think. So yeah, it's an important victory for me. It's not time to enjoy much. Tomorrow another tough opponent, probably. I don't know, probably not seen it yet. But let's see. I'm going to be two young, great players, so I hope to be ready for it. Sí, bueno, creo que era un partido bonito. Creo que Carlos es el presente, pero a muy corto plazo también el futuro. Y bueno, yo llevo muchos años por aquí, ¿no? O sea que creo que ha sido un partido que ha sido interesante, bueno para nuestro deporte.
Taiwo Ibrahim, thank you very much for joining us today on Plus Sport. We'd love to have you back another time. Thank you very much.
My brother, it's nice to be here on Plus Sports. I'll be glad to be back again.
Thank you very much. So that's all for us on Plus Sports today. For more, please follow us at PlusTvAfrica on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and do subscribe to our YouTube channel at PlusTvAfrica. I'm Mcilroy. God bless Nigeria. Thanks everybody for watching.